o'clock in the afternoon, and that is the Carolina Panthers, 1-3 on the season, taking on the Chicago Bears at 2-2 on the season. As of right now, the Bears are a 4-point favorite in this said game. Mark, with that being said, what are the keys to the Bears winning this game?
Well, Carolina is one of those teams that's like us. When I say us or we, I mean the Broncos. And they don't have a very good roster. So I see this being okay. So Carolina has the worst scoring defense, second worst pressure rate. I can see Caleb having a huge day. Two, despite Chicago's offense struggling right now, the defense has been keeping them in games. And then lastly, DeAndre Swift has had a good game last week. That needs to keep going. Their rush game needs to keep going. He had 93 yards, 1 touchdown, 7 receptions for 72 yards. Their O-line needs to make better pass protection and create more holes for that to work.
All right, guys. So Mark gave you 3 keys to the Bears' victory tomorrow. That's let Caleb Williams expose that terrible Panthers defense. Let the Bears defense win you some championship games, and let DeAndre Swift run the ball. Those are all great, Mark. Those are all great, but here are the keys for the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, guys, right now are a team that's kind of on a rebound. Let's just be honest. But as good as the Bears' offensive line sounds, PFF has them ranked number 11. That just shows you how flawed PFF is. The Bears' O-line is terrible. The Bears have given up 16 sacks in 4 games this season, including a 7-sack game versus the Texans just a few weeks ago. And the Texans only blitzed 20% of the time during that game. So what I want the Panthers to do is expose that bad offensive line early and often. I want you to send 4 or 5, 6, 7 guys, play after play after play. Force Caleb Williams to win you the game through the air. Don't let him sit in the pocket. Don't let him get comfortable. I want you to expose that offensive line early and often because they are a bad, bad offensive line. Next up, DJ Moore. He's playing his former team. And so far, DJ Moore has been, I guess, somewhat unhappy in Chicago. Some people have actually deemed him being a cancer in the locker room. I feel like if you shut DJ Moore down early and often, he will self-implode that team. He will self-implode that offense. So after you get pressure on the quarterback, I want you to double team, maybe even triple team DJ Moore. See if Keenan Allen is actually healthy. See if Rome can actually carry the team. Shut DJ Moore down. He wants to show out versus his old team, and don't let him do that at all. And lastly, this is going to be a theme of tonight's show over and over and over again, is continue to rush the ball. Last 2 weeks, Chuba Hubbard has rushed over 100 yards. In the blowout losses the first 2 weeks, he only had 14 rushing yards in week 1 and 64 week 2. And also in those first 2 weeks, he only had 16 total touches. Last week alone, he had 18 carries, and then the win over the Raiders, he had 21 carries. Give Hubbard the ball over and over and over again. So the keys to the Panthers for this week, guys, is to expose that bad offensive line, pressure, shut down DJ Moore, let him self-implode that team, and then, of course, run the damn ball. So, guys, in the comments below, give me the wow emoji for the Panthers and the heart emoji for the Chicago Bears. Mark, with that being said, who do you got winning this game and why? You're on mute.
They have Bears. I got to go with the Bears. They have more talent. Like I said, the Carolina's roster isn't very good. The O-line isn't very good. I mean, Chicago's Bears isn't really good, so that's the only thing that they really got to watch and protect Caleb. If they do that, they're going to win.
Yeah, and Mike, like I said, this is going to be a gut feeling show for me all night long. And I feel like DJ Moore is wanting to show out for his old team. Like, well, see, why you trade me? Whatever, yada, yada, yada. But this is the reason why I am picking the Carolina Panthers to win this game. Because if you remember, Mark, just a couple years ago, right, Carolina was the place to go for a young quarterback. They had a good defense. They had a hot young coach, right? They were doing their things, and they had a pretty good defense, right? Where are they at now? They are in the dumpsters. Nobody wants to touch the Carolina Panthers with the 10-foot pole. What are the Chicago Bears right now, Mark? They have a hot young coach, a nice, good front office, a great defense, and a quarterback-friendly team, right? A rookie quarterback-friendly team. Guys, this is the beginning of the end for the Chicago Bears. I know there's a lot of Chicago Bears that I'm friends with and I associate with. BC Combs is one of them. But the Bears, this is the beginning of the end for the Bears. And I'm picking the upset. I'm picking the Carolina Panthers. I'm giving you the wow emoji, Mark. I'm picking the Carolina Panthers in this game. I think there's going to be an upset, and I think there's going to be a lot of pissed off Chicago Bears fans and the people that have been calling Caleb Williams a bust since way before he was a draft, before he set foot on the NFL field, are going to be banging that drum nice and loud, nice and loud, nice and loud. So you got the Bears, I got the Panthers, and then Jim Powell is picking the Bears. Of course, Jim is picking the Bears. Jim has got the Bears, and Kevin Cummings is picking the upset as well. Upset alert says Cummings and taking the Carolina Panthers. John Peoples is picking the Chicago Bears, and Kevin says Caleb don't know what a huge day in the NFL. The Red Rifle's going to lead the Panthers to another win. Listen.
The Red Rifle. Stupid nickname.
I was on board earlier like 3 weeks ago, saying that coaching was the issue in Carolina. I said the reason why Bryce Young is failing is because of coaching. Insert Andy Dalton, bada bing, bada boom, they beat the Raiders, right? The following week, bada bing, bada boom, they battle with the winless Cincinnati Bengals. Had opportunities to win that game, but ultimately the Bengals had more talent, had better coaching. So, Mark, we've seen 2 weeks of Andy Dalton and 2 weeks of Bryce Young. Play calling has been extremely different, right? Chuba Hubbard's had 21 carries and 18 carries respectively the last two weeks. With that being said, who's better quarterback, Andy Dalton or Bryce Young?
Well, I don't know if Andy Dalton's necessarily better, but he's got definitely more experience in the league, so he's seen more coverages, more defenses. I know we've said that everybody says that Carolina's ownership and coaches were the reason Bryce Young didn't work out, but at some point now, I think we got to kind of look at Bryce Young is somewhat of at fault. Like maybe he's not that good.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, looking at it on hindsight now, it definitely seems like it is a Bryce Young issue here. So John says, so maybe it wasn't Justin Fields' issue. No, it was never a Justin Fields issue. It was a coaching issue, right? The Chicago Bears never put the people around Justin Fields. Let's just be honest, right? Except for his last year, they put DJ Moore around him. Cool, whatever. It is what it is. Jim is saying that Chicago is a juggernaut compared to Carolina, but the disaster will have the Panthers pumped. It happens the situation is terrible, but the Bears will just be too much, even for the emotion. Okay. Lou Man says anchor down. I'm not for sure what anchor down means, Lou Man. Alpha Rob is picking the Carolina Panthers. Carolina, that's a good pick, Alpha Rob. And then Lou Man says Jacksonville wins. We'll be talking about the Colts and Jacksonville Jaguars coming up here very, very shortly, Lou Man. So simmer down now. Alpha Rob's going with the upset. Lou Man's going with the Shad is mad. John's third, and the Bears are third in North. The Bears are just bad. Let's just be honest. And Kevin Cummings says the Bears are going to do Bear things. Williams will not be their first 1,000-yard passer. Mark, what do you think about that?
How many yards does he have now? I'm curious. After 4 games, I'm really curious to look that up.
As of right now, Caleb Williams has, drumroll please, 787 yards.
And that's after 4 games. So he hasn't even broken 1,000. So if you break the season down in 4 quarters, he hasn't even really done his first quarter yet.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
I mean, you still have that extra game, so potentially. Lou Man says this ain't live. This is live, Lou Man. This is live, Lou Man. Simmer down now, baby. Simmer down now. And then Kevin Cummings says Dalton is better than Young. Not is, but is better than Bryce Young. Young isn't built to be an NFL quarterback. He's a leader, and he can't read defenses. He is. He is. Lou Man says, anyone out there? We hear, Lou Man. We hear. So, guys, in the comments below, Chicago, or do we got the Carolina Panthers or do we got the Chicago Bears? Let us know.